Welcome to episode 6-7. This is gonna be my favorite episode by far, just because of the number. It's Cheesehead number 2 signing in.
You got Cheesehead number 1, Connor Kelly.
He got the Bear, Brennan Elgis.
And the Viking, Alex Rudinger.
Gross. I am back. I feel like I haven't been on a pod in a little while, to be honest. It's been a
You
little.
suck.
It's been a
why you're
minute. It's
number
kind of
two.
been a minute.
How was the concert?
It was cool. It was fun. Playboy is kind of loud.
Yeah, that guy
Garbage.
sucks.
Oh,
So.
oh, wow.
Yeah, he's not one of my favorites, but weekend was cool. It was fine. Chicago, nice area.
How was the stadium?
Doubt it.
Nah, it wasn't. It was all right. I mean, like my view, like I could see like some of the buildings, so like my view was like decent, but like across from me, if you're sitting like facing towards the lake, like your view is towards the lake, you're looking at other people and that's it. So I kind of got lucky with my view, but yeah, I mean the concourse is nothing special, kind of small around the outside. It's pretty much the same. I was looking for like a Bears merch shop like all over, couldn't find anything. They just had the weekend and Playboy stuff, so I got Brendan a cup.
Ah, sick. Another cup.
Nice. Oh,
Thanks,
he's
dude.
grabbing it.
Oh, he's going to grab it. You're so glitchy, like your camera, so
It's all right. It says
Show it.
nothing about the Bears. It just says Soldier Field Concert Series.
Nice.
Oh, that's kind of
Big.
cool. With the
I like
Chicago,
it.
is it like a Chicago skyline on the bottom? Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, that's
actually
fire.
pretty
That's
cool.
fire.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah. Other than that, fuck the Bears.
all right. That's fair.
We were wearing Brewers gear, and all the people were like, "Oh, day in town." I'm like, "No, dumbass."
No.
No,
You
they're
wore
like
Brewers gear
2
to
hours
a
away.
Playboy Cardi concert?
Just that hat. Just that hat.
I see. I gotcha.
I wore the Blackhawks like Wisconsin logo sweatshirt though, so I was kind of repping
Fire.
Blackhawks.
Yeah,
in
that's a nice hat,
Wisconsin.
Alex. Pretty sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. It's almost like the exact same one I was wearing at the concert.
Crazy, dude.
Oh, yeah. Love it, love it, love it. We've got a great show today. Money, just straight money today. A lot of football, a little bit of NBA. Going to be talking some finals preview, obviously. And then Connor's got a game. We're going to be talking some NFC North quarterbacks. Brendan's got some NFC North questions. We're going to be doing a flag football NFC North draft. So it's heavy on the NFC North. And then just a couple trade candidates. We'll see who Brennan cooked up for some possible trade candidates. But sports starter, as always. I don't know who wants to go first, but I'll go. I'll go first. Screw it. I'm wearing Milwaukee stuff right now. Brewers just won 7 in a row today. Beat the Phillies, swept the Phillies. So just want to give them a shout out really quick because
Go Crew.
I mean we haven't been talking baseball too much, so I think they
Well,
might be
there's nothing
finding
to really
it.
talk
Go
about
Crew.
with the Brewers because we were sucking ass at the
They
beginning
were
of the
ass.
year,
I
so
know.
We
Now they
finally
got
hit a
7.
bit of a hot stretch.
Yeah.
Sal
Yeah, I
Frelick,
mean,
All-Star, calling it.
even
Could be.
Pat Murphy was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. We didn't spend money this summer. that's why we can't hit. I was like, holy shit,
one thing
what is
that-
happening?
The one thing that popped up against like with the Brewers, it was them the coach shitting on the GM, basically not
Yep.
getting players. It's like sick. That's awesome.
Love it.
Hopefully Yelich is okay. I know he got struck in the hands today, but hopefully that is just like miss a game or two. But
Yeah.
that dude gets hurt all the time, so I'm not sure how long this is gonna really be.
I know, it just pisses me off too because he was like on a 9 or 10 game hit streak and he had like 3 or 4 home runs in his past couple games. Like he's just been on a fucking tear, and then he
He
gets
is
hurt,
hitting
and now
233 now, which is
I know
insane.
exactly. Like, he's
last
been-
week it was like 190 something.
exactly,
It was
and now he gets
disgusting.
hurt, and he'll
Yeah.
probably suck for like his first 10
The
games.
rest of the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be so annoying. God,
Yeah.
whatever. Hope he's all
I feel
right.
like every
Dude,
time he
tweak
gets
his
hot,
back.
something interrupts him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy just can't stay healthy, dude. It's insane.
Nope.
But he also is like 33 years old, which is so old. He's been on the team for so long. Love that guy.
nuts.
Shout out to the Marlins.
All right.
I'll go next year really quick. if you
Yeah,
want me to go. Nothing crazy, but something came out just the other day that Aaron Rodgers still has not officially told the Steelers that he's going to come and play for the team. So at this point, and I know Alex has been saying it because he always likes to mock it every time we bring it up. At this point, he really is just doing it for more attention. Like, play or don't play. It's a pretty simple question. You've had enough time to think and say, you know what, I'm going to play one more year. Or you say, I'm going to retire. Just make a decision at this point. No one cares anymore.
Yep.
Did you guys see that,
after
like,
year.
do you see that, like, interviewee thing that he was doing? Like a whole bunch of people came to it and
Yes.
they were like asking him questions.
Was that
What?
with Barstool?
No,
I have no idea.
I
didn't
don't think
really
so.
look
I
Because
into
did
it.
not see that.
somebody asked him about like how to improve the audience asked him how to improve his relationship with his dad, and I was like, that is not the guy to ask. So do not ask Aaron Rodgers how to improve your relationship with your father. Okay, he is not the one
Anything
that will give you the
relationship.
answers. Yeah, no
Yeah,
relationship
any sort of
advice.
relationship. Stay away from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I don't, dude. It's just so weird. Like maybe if it was Barstool and it was like something like a golf outing or something, and he was having like a Q&A, but it would with no context. It was just super random to see on my feed that he was just doing
Yeah, it was
Q&A out
randomly
of
just
nowhere.
popped up.
Yep.
Because a lot of
Weird.
like a lot of the stuff that was popping up for me was like something about Bears, and he was like, "Oh well, I wouldn't." Like someone asked him for some reason, "Would you ever play for the Bears?" And he's like, "No, but they play away or home against a team that I am kind of interested in." Basically,
Yeah.
talking about the Steelers, and everyone's like, "Bro, just come on,
Yeah.
just literally like figure it out." I mean,
Yep.
I get it. You didn't want to go to the voluntary OTAs, but now we're getting into the like the actual stuff, and people are showing up, and you're just I don't know what they're doing, but interesting. Go on Aaron Rodgers. He's the man.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, go him. I guess we'll see. Honestly, he should just retire at this point, but who knows? You just literally don't know until
Yeah,
he makes the
especially with that
decision.
guy, dude. He's gonna go do his 3 day in the dark, and he'll come out and have an MVP season after whatever drug he took in there.
They're probably like,
Ayahuasca.
"Hey, Pittsburgh, bring in another weapon, and maybe I'll think about it." But now that I only have DK Metcalf to throw to, I don't know if I'm gonna come. So
I saw something
how I
recently
kinda
on
look at it.
Twitter that said like Steelers are looking for another wide receiver to pair with DK Metcalf, and I was like,
And it was like, George Pickens? Hello?
Right.
What?
You guys should trade for
Why?
George Pickens.
you guys should trade for George
So
Pickens.
dumb.
Yeah. I can go next here.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Just some Vikings updates here. Our GM got a multi-year contract extension. I love it. I really I like Kwesi. I mean, especially after what he did last year with the free agency class, that has to be up there as one of the best free agency classes of all time. Just an absolute masterclass. The one knock, I guess, on his career so far has been being the ability to draft. But I mean, we'll see this year with JJ McCarthy. Hopefully, Dallas Turner gets more reps in there. So we'll see if last year's kind of pans out, and then obviously this year too, with Donovan Jackson and Ty Felton and all those guys. So. Other than that, I would say this is a great signing. I didn't see any details as to how many years. Rappaport just put out a multi-year contract extension, which is awesome. We have KOC and Kwesi locked up for the long term now, so it looks like we're really trying to build something here.
Yeah,
Well deserved.
very. I think the NFC North is known for having really good coaches. I also think our GMs are very good too, compared to all the other GMs in the league.
Right.
Obviously, the Packers, Bears, Ryan Poles does offseason champ every year. It just obviously doesn't go on the field. You got the guy in Detroit. I'm not even going to pretend like I know what his name is right now, but the guy Kwesi, if I'm saying that right, he's a masterful mind with the pickups and stuff. So that's a good pickup
Yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah.
It was all right. Mid.
Good move. Yeah, it was all right.
And we'll just finish with mine here quick. I don't have a sports starter, but I do have a question that I saw on the Twitter sphere X. You got to cut one of these quarterbacks. I'll give you three options: Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. You got to cut one.
I'll go first because Brendan
All right.
told me this last night when I was with him.
Okay.
I'm keeping Lamar no matter what. I think his running ability, as well as how good his passing ability is I think he has to stay. And Josh Allen and Joe Burrow is so tough to pick between. I honestly think I get rid of Joe Burrow and I keep Josh Allen.
I'll go next. Yeah, that's probably what I would do as well. But I think I'd start Josh. MVP, whatever.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
Josh
I
would
think I'd
be
start Josh.
the definitely starting is for me. It's Joe Burrow, Lamar. Who are you thinking, Alex?
I exactly. I think it's between Joe Burrow and Lamar. And I think a big thing that comes into play is Joe Burrow's injury history. So I'm gonna take Lamar and Josh Allen. Start Josh Allen.
Yeah.
If that's what it's like, start
Okay.
bench cut. Then we're starting
Sure,
Josh
sure.
Allen,
Yeah.
benching Lamar, cutting Joe Burrow.
It's
fire.
tough. It's tough.
It's
But
so tough.
like you said, the injury, just I don't know. I feel like he's not as mobile, so he's more prone to be injured too. So,
Right.
but then
It's like-
again,
and
I guess, I don't know. Could be the
You're
All
prone
of
opposite.
to
those
injury if you are mobile.
quarterbacks are like
If you are running, exactly.
they are so good for their specific team. Like Joe Burrow, good pocket presence, absolute gunslinger, but he's got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase that he can throw to. So he's got studs for his receivers. Lamar has Zay Flowers and a decent line, but sometimes he's got to escape, and if his wide receiver's not open, he's got to take off. And kind of the same thing with Josh Allen. He's got Khalil Shakir. So I think those quarterbacks, they fit so good for their team, so it's so hard to say. But I'm going Lamar and Josh.
Money.
Love it.
Money, money.
Okay. Yeah, that was a sports starter. I totally thought that Brandon was gonna transition into his NFC North questions, but do we want to start with the quarterbacks or questions?
Whatever you want to do, Mr. Host.
Let's just let's start off light and let's go with NFC North quarterbacks. So we're gonna be just kind of discussing the quarterbacks with the most pressure going into this NFL season from the NFC North. Obviously, we got Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Jared Goff, and J.J. McCarthy. So we're gonna be starting 4-1, 1-4. Who's got the most pressure, the least? How do we want to start it?
Probably
I think
I'd
it's
say
four.
start
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
four.
Starting at
at
four?
least.
All right. Counter Kelly, your cheesehead number one. Start us off.
And my number 4, honestly, I don't think it's really close. I think number 4 is Jared Goff. I think he's proved enough, to be honest, throughout his career that he is a solid quarterback. Sure, did he have a couple bad games last year? Sure, and that did kind of ruin the run. But I think he's proved enough, especially with this team, that he can play, and that team is going to compete every single year. So if he can just stay away from those bad games and just stay more consistent, he's already proved that he's a good enough quarterback. So I think he goes in 4.
Based off
I'll
your
go
guys'
here. I'll
facial
go next year.
expressions.
Yeah, Alex, I think you were on my side. I don't know what
Ye-
they were thinking,
yeah,
but
so that's why I was going to say, based off your guys' facial expressions, I think I should go next
Yeah.
because I have Jared Goff as well.
Oh,
Where
okay.
he's
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think everybody else has a little bit more pressure, and obviously we'll get into that. But kind of like what Connor was saying, he does have some really bad games, but also he has perfect games. So you know what you're going to get when it comes to Jared Goff. I don't think there's a bunch of I think once we get into these other guys, we'll talk about how much more pressure, I believe at least, that these other guys have than Jared Goff.
yeah.
All right. The Bear here. Number 4 for me. It's just because it's his rookie year. I got J.J. McCarthy as my number 4 spot, and that's literally just because it's his first year. I get there in their Super Bowl window with their very good team, but you can't. Not everyone's going to be a C.J. Stroud or a J.J. McDaniel or Jaden Daniels. There we go. Not McDaniels. So I got J.J. McCarthy as my number 4.
I also have J.J. McCarthy at 4, just because, I mean, like you said, it's his first season. And I'll kind of just go into my 3 quick. It's Jared Goff. I think he's just got a little bit more pressure, too, just because both coordinators leaving really doesn't matter, but his OC leaving, I think could be, a big factor possibly with Ben Johnson now going to Chicago. So I think he's got a little bit more pressure now that Ben Johnson's gone. He's going to have to see, with a new scheme, can he, fit in this offense without Ben Johnson there? So McCarthy, we'll see what he can do. I don't think he's got to do a lot, to be honest, because I don't think people are expecting him to throw for 3,500 yards, maybe. I don't know. 4,000 yards, probably not.
Yeah,
Unless Alex is. I don't know. What are you expecting out of him? I don't know.
Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there.
3,500? I don't think
We'll
so.
get there. That's one of the questions. We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right. Oh, okay. Okay.
Connor, who's your 3?
I'm really stuck between these two. I think it's honestly pretty close if you're going off pressure wise. And I think I'm just gonna stick with my list. I think I'm gonna keep Jordan Love at 3. Just for the fact that same thing, we're kind of making it to the playoff, but he hasn't really taken that next step of becoming like a real top tier quarterback. He's been playing very solid, but he's also been making a lot of rookie mistakes over the last few years as well. Our team is in a really good spot. We are still a bit young. And yes, he has those things to work on, but I think pressure-wise, he's still taking us there every year. He hasn't really been flopping, so I think he's going to stay at 3.
At my 3 here, I have J.J. McCarthy. I think, I don't really know. I feel like he has the pressure to become a franchise guy. Think about the team that's around him. And is anybody else hearing that, or is that just me?
I think it's just you. I'm not hearing anything.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Sorry. I think he has at least a little bit of pressure. I think at least a little bit more than Jared Goff, in my opinion, when it comes to going in there and being the franchise guy with all these weapons around him. We have the team. This is like one of the best teams we've assembled in recent memory, and now the missing piece is the quarterback. So I feel like that's a decent amount of pressure to put on a guy who's never had an NFL start, NFL regular season start.
True.
That's fair.
That is fair. It's a good point.
So for me, I'm kind of the same thing with Connor, where my 2 and 3, my number 1 is number 1, but 2 and 3 I can flip back and forth, but I'm just gonna keep it what I put down. I have Caleb Williams at 3. I get it. He was a number 1 overall pick last year, and the team just didn't have the best year last year. And now they got Ben Johnson, got all this stuff, but we've been talking about this all offseason, how there's not really much expectations for the Bears with how good this division is and how good this schedule is. Now, for him personally, I think if he doesn't go out there and, throw for more yards than he did last year, then that's a problem. But I think that is he's going to do that easily. I just think it's not going to be many wins, I guess, or as many wins as where it's scary, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I got Caleb at 3.
Nice. Was that everyone's 3?
Yeah,
I think everyone went through?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll start off with 2. So, number 2, for me, I don't know. Dude, for number 1 and 2 for me, I don't know. That was tough for me, but I went Caleb Williams at number 2. I think he doesn't have the team like Alex was saying, but the Bears want to see their quarterback perform well. And if he's not having a good second season, Bears fans are going to be pretty upset. So I think he's got a little bit more pressure than McCarthy having his first year, and then Goff, just being pretty consistent. So Caleb Williams at 2.
My number 2 is J.J. McCarthy. I have him at 2 just for the fact, kind of like Alec was saying, they have a very, very good team, but the piece that's missing is the quarterback. Is he a rookie? Yes. But the fact that he's a rookie, they set this team up to set him up for the most success possible. He has the weapons on offense. They got the defense. They beefed up both of the lines. They are this is probably the best Vikings team we've seen in a really, really long time. So the fact that in this upcoming season, after going 13-4 last year with Sam Darnold, whose track record was awful last year, who then went crazy and had a phenomenal year, going into this year, you kind of have the same situation. You have a rookie quarterback who you haven't seen play in the pros, but if you look at Sam Darnold, you look at what he did in the pros, he was terrible. So at this point, you have a rookie quarterback coming in who's got to take this team over, be the franchise guy, and make it to the playoffs again. Is it possible? 100%. But he has to perform at a level that they are good enough to make it to the playoffs, especially because they had 13 wins last year. They did lose first round, which is whatever, but they have to make it back to that same spot to then have a chance at a Super Bowl. So if they don't make the playoffs, I feel like it's a bit of a failure for a year. So I think that's why he's number 2 for me.
I like it.
Love it.
I do. And my 2, I have Caleb Williams. I mean, he is the franchise guy. He is your, third top 3 quarterback pick in the past 10 years? When was Trubisky drafted?
He's up there, yeah.
I don't know that stat.
Trubisky.
I think it's Trubisky and him. Fields was out of the top 10, I believe.
Yeah, barely though, but barely.
Yeah, he was like 11.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I thought he was way higher.
I thought he was
Mitchell-
like 3.
Mitchell Trubisky was 3. I don't think
Mitch Trubisky was number 2, I think.
No, yeah,
or 2
that's.
or 3.
Are we talking about Fields? Yeah, I'm not sure where he was drafted, but I thought Trubisky
Fields was the
like
11th overall pick, so it was
Okay.
the 11th.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Let's just rephrase it to first round, early pick quarterback.
Yeah,
in the
going
past
for
10
your
years.
franchise guy.
Right.
Sure.
3 times now. Third time.
Basically, yeah.
They want to see third time be the charm here, and I think it's. I mean, I feel like if you walk around the streets of Chicago, you ask them what they want as Bears fans, and it's a franchise quarterback. So that's a lot of pressure for any quarterback. Plus, I have him here at 2, not 1, because he is still on his rookie deal. He's in his second year. He still has 2 years and then a 5th year option if he doesn't get an extension before that. So he still has time on his rookie deal to build up this team around him and develop and all that stuff with new OC, DC, all of that. So I don't think he has the most pressure, but I do have him there at number 2.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. So the Bear here, my 2 and 3, I was flipping back and forth, so you can switch them, but I just set in stone. I had Jordan Love at 2. Jordan Love at 2 because he got the big contract. They bring in a number 1 wide receiver in the draft this year to give him a wide receiver 1, if you want to call him that. And he, mostly just because he got some money, and now he has to prove it. He didn't have the greatest year last year. You can chalk it up to injuries if you want. But I think he's going to have to come out and kind of perform and get you guys to possibly win the division or worst 6 seed. I think that's kind of the floor is the 6 seed for the Packers here. So I think Jordan Love is 2.
Yep, and that's why I got my Pookie Bear, my king, Jordan Love, number 1. Between the contract, I would say he had a sophomore slump type of season, like his second full year as a starter. He was not fantastic whatsoever. So I think he's got a lot of pressure for a team that has high hopes and now has a wide receiver 1 in quotation marks. I mean, I don't think Matthew Golden is going to be like a wide receiver 1 like standout by any means, but I think he gives us more depth, and we'll see if he can be a standout player. But I think Jordan Love with all the receivers, man, we're a playoff hopeful team, so he's number 1 for me.
You better be a playoff team, bro. There's
You
no playoff.
fucking better be a playoff
There's
team.
no
Yeah,
playoff
it's not
like-
hopeful. It's we better.
We're
be.
NFC Championship type hopeful.
Yeah,
Okay.
NFC
That's kind of what I
Championship,
should have I was being too kind of general.
Yeah, so I'll get into my 1 in a second. I know, but I wanted to say this. I know the contract thing is huge, obviously, for getting paid that much money, and you're the highest paid quarterback in the league at one point in time. That means a lot. But I just think a lot of guys, especially in these upcoming years, almost every single quarterback is going to be the new highest paid quarterback in the league. So I feel like, I don't know, I just think it's kind of shitty that the contract situation puts him with so much more pressure just because it's happening to everybody. Like Trevor Lawrence is being paid more, which is disgusting. Or actually, maybe it's a little less. I kind of forget the money. But that's besides the point. I just want to say that. But my number 1 is Caleb Williams. And I think it's mostly for the fact that it's Chicago and they've never had that, number 1 quarterback. They haven't had their franchise guy in so long. And now with the new coach signings and all the player signings, setting the team up for even more success this year than last year. And he played great last year. I mean, really, he didn't make, he had 4 interceptions last year, something like that.
Yeah,
He
that's
played well,
low.
but he's got to do it again. And I think at this point in time, you're going into the season, like Brennan said, he's hoping for maybe 6 to 7 wins, something like that, maybe 8 if you get lucky, just because it's a tough schedule. But he's got to play well, got to be competitive games, and I just think he has the most pressure, and I think it's just because of the city of Chicago and their past with quarterbacks.
I just got two quick things before you go, Alex. With the whole like contract thing with Jordan Love, I agree that's shitty that he's kind of being put on this pedestal, but it's also a Green Bay Packer like thing that you just gotta like. You're if you're a Green Bay Packer quarterback, you are at the status of one of the best quarterbacks in the league already, and you got the money. So I get what you're saying 100%. It sucks, but it's just what it is. And then the question I had, because our boy Isaac was over here a few weekends ago. Maybe he was just talking, drunk, but he said that if the Bears don't make the playoffs, it's a failure of a year. You have Caleb at 1. What is your opinion on that?
I don't know if I'd call it a failure of a year. Honestly, it depends on how he plays, which is obviously that's something we won't know, and that decides the whole season if they make the playoffs or not. But if you look at it, if you don't make the playoffs and Caleb plays good, I think that's just a year under your belt. Get the things rolling, stuff like that, as long as he plays good. If he doesn't play that good, and let's say he even throws like 15 interceptions this year and not too many touchdowns, that's honestly a big step back from his rookie year, only throwing 4 or 5 interceptions, whatever it is. So he's got to keep playing at this level that he's at right now, but improve in the good things, in the touchdowns, and the scrambling, and the accuracy. But he cannot make those second-year mistakes of interceptions, fumbles, and all that kind of stuff. So I would say no, it's not a failure, just because of division and how hard the schedule is.
Can't believe Isaac said that. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
It was pretty late at night. I will say that.
I think if a team doesn't make the playoffs, it's a failure of a year for the team, not necessarily for the quarterback. If you don't make the playoffs, why? Like your year is basically pointless. You know what I mean? Like you're developing players and seeing new players, but like overall as like a thing, to bring it back to what I think it was last year, what Giannis was talking about, where like you get bounced out of the first round. Is it a failure of a season? Not really, because you still made the playoffs. But if you're a team that doesn't even make the playoffs, I mean, it's kind of a failure of a season. So I think team-wise, yes.
I mean, that makes sense
Individually
too,
on Caleb, no. You're good, Connor. Go ahead.
Good point.
Yeah, just kind of adding on to that really quick. It's like, obviously every team's goal is Super Bowl. To get to the Super Bowl, you got to make playoffs. But you also know going into that season where your team is at, what your schedule's looking like. So if you're the Tennessee Titans, sure, you want to win the Super Bowl. Is that really in your cards this year? I would say no. I feel like that kind of goes into it too. So if you're in the Bears locker room this year, you're going, hey, we are in the NFC North, best division in football. We're playing the AFC North, who is one of the better divisions in football. Got a really tough schedule. This is going to be a hard year. Let's go out there and let's win those 7 to 8 games. And who knows, Packers, Lions, Vikings, we could all suck ass. They could win division with 8 games. Who knows? Some crazy shit could happen. But you got to look at it in that perspective of, we got to go out there and play our best, try and make it. But if you win 8 games this year, I think that's a success, even if you lose or miss out on the playoffs. Even though as a team, trying to make the playoffs is that success, I would say it's still a good season.
Hey, 8-9, 9-8 would be great for me. I'd take that.
That's what I'm saying.
Improvement. It's growth, man. Growth is good.
Yep.
Yeah, totally fair. Get us back on track here a little bit. I think, because Connor just went with Caleb. I have at my number 1. I also have Jordan Love. I get Connor's whole perspective of, as the salary cap increases, players are just going to get paid more and more. That's the way of the league. This and that. But regardless of all of that, you're making $55 million a year. You are one of the highest paid players in the NFL, so you have the expectation that goes along with that. So that you have to perform up to a $55 million a year player standard. I mean, we do this all the time when it comes to the NBA. If you're making $25 million a year, you look at that tier of players you're making money with, and you want to be the better of those players. So I think, plus, that's not even talking about the Packers, I guess, fandom. I guess I would say that's a lot of pressure in itself. You're playing quarterback in Green Bay. Like, the legacy.
Yeah, I will say
aspect
Packer
of it.
fans
we
are
got is football,
delusional.
man.
Packer fans are delusional when it comes to quarterbacks now. It's terrible.
Look at what happened this past year when Jordan Love went through that little bit of a slump he had. I get the year wasn't great as a whole, but like the little bit of a slump where he was playing like really bad football. Look at what Packer fans were putting out there, man. They were going insane, talking about how bad Jordan Love was, and that was just after like 2 bad weeks. So I think that there is a lot of pressure when it comes to being a $55 million quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. I think those 3 things are what really make Jordan Love have the most pressure in the NFC North.
Cool.
Nice.
And then to finish it out here with the rankings, the Bear, I got Jared Goff at number 1.
Wow.
I
I'm really
understand that they
interested
lost.
in this.
I understand that they lost Ben Johnson, but then he was getting called a Ben Johnson merchant. He's been called a Sean McVay merchant, arguably the best play caller coach with Sean McVay, and at the time the best offensive play caller with Ben Johnson. So if he comes out and shits the bed, then he's just going to be looked at like exactly like that, like a merchant of the best play caller, the best coach. I think he should go out there, and the team is really good. It's not like the team got worse. I understand they lost both their coordinators, but you could arguably say that their team got better defensively, and then obviously all their defensive players are going to get healthy. So I think Jared Goff should go out there and have as good or even better of a year that he's had the last few years and win the division. And if they don't, and somehow they just shit their pants, which I'm hoping they do, that'd be really funny. I think Jared Goff is very quickly going to be looked at maybe to get shipped out. And I hope that doesn't happen because I like Jared Goff, but I just think their team is so good and they're really in their Super Bowl window. So I think he has to win the North, possibly a top 3 seed in the NFC at worst, and prove that he's not a, merchant of these really good play callers, in my opinion.
Interesting.
That's fair.
Those are very good
understand.
points.
I had him above McCarthy. Damn, those were like all like really different lists, I think.
Very
That's
much.
what I was saying.
But everybody,
I said I feel like it's pretty easy with Jared Goff at 4, and I looked over at Brennan, and he was like, "What?" Like, at least me personally, it's like I feel like he's proved enough. Solid team. He's a couple bad games here and there, but he's pretty consistent. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
exactly.
he's the most solidified quarterback into this division. But again, he had Ben Johnson, he had Sean McVay, very good play callers, and a very good team on both teams. Obviously, the team got better. So if for some reason he shits the bed and goes out there and plays like ass because he doesn't have Ben Johnson throwing up these perfect plays for him, I just think the Lions fans are gonna start going Packer wise and going, "We want Jared Goff out of here. Let's get a quarterback." That's just how my thought was. I understand that he's obviously probably the best quarterback in this division, but now he's at that standard where he's top 3 in yards, top 3 in passing yards, top 3 in touchdowns. So he's just got to be that again, especially without a coach not there anymore. But
Nice. Yeah, just to do a little quick recap of the list, because they were all different. I had Jordan Love at 1, Caleb Williams at 2, Jared Goff at 3, McCarthy at 4.
I had Caleb Williams at 1, J.J. McCarthy at 2, Jordan Love at 3, and Jared Goff at 4.
I had Jordan Love at 1, Caleb Williams at 2, J.J. McCarthy at 3, and Jared Goff at 4.
And then I had the Bear number 1 Jared Goff, number 2 Jordan Love, number 3 Caleb Williams, and the number 4 was J.J. McCarthy.
Love it. We're different for once.
That was probably the most different we've ever been, to be honest.
Diversity is good, guys.
All right, boys. Ready for my questions now? We can just go right into that.
Let's hear some.
So I just cooked up, just really bored at work. I got 3 questions, basically it's 2 because I got the same one for all of them. But I got questions for every NFC North team. What team would you guys like to start with?
Lions.
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 Yeah.
Lions. Alrighty. So for the Lions, blank will lead the team in total touchdowns. Obviously, don't pick Jared Goff because he's the quarterback, but blank will lead the team in total touchdowns.
I feel like this is a pretty easy Gibbs here.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I was trying to be different and like see if there's anybody else, but I really just think it's gonna be Gibbs, and it's not close.
I could see Amon-Ra or Montgomery. If Montgomery comes back healthy and this coordinator wants for some reason to still make it a split back, he's gonna get all those goal lines like still. So I don't know if it's easy.
That's fair.
I get Gibbs is a very easy pick,
Yeah.
but
When you
I'd say
said total touchdowns, I think that really gave the edge to Gibbs because Montgomery is not the receiver that Jahmyr Gibbs is. So
That's
I
fair.
think, Montgomery could have 12 rushing touchdowns, but Gibbs could have 10 rushing touchdowns and like 5 receiving touchdowns, which kind of has been the case the past 2 seasons, basically.
there. All right, money. All right. Now we get to go into the secondary of the Lions. Who will have more interceptions? Reed, Arnold, Kirby, or Branch? Who will have the most interceptions out of those 4 secondary players for them?
I'm gonna go with this.
I don't
guy.
think it's going to be Kirby. I'm not going Kirby again because,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
I was going
Arnold.
to, yeah, dude, I
whole
was going to say
master.
Arnold too. Because I don't think Kirby has, the year he did last year. I think, just you don't see it often. Just not many cornerbacks have, back-to-back seasons like leading the league in interceptions. So I'm gonna go Arnold. Yeah, that's pulled out the card.
Yep, I just
Who do you
pulled
think
that.
wins? That's so funny.
I think I'm gonna go Brian Branch.
Love
I think
that.
he's gonna have the most.
That's who I was going to pick too, and then my next option was going to be Reed. I think Reed is going to have a pretty good year over there.
Definitely could too.
Yeah.
And then this is the question for all of the teams, so to get your brains moving. Blank will win or be an all-pro for the Lions this year. If you could try not to pick Brown or Gibbs, that'd be awesome, but if you can't think of anyone else. But the Lions have a lot of good players, so I think that this team would be pretty easy to pick someone else. So who's going to be an all-pro for the Lions this season?
Wow. Penei Sewell.
That's my pick as well.
Yeah, I'll go a little bit of a different route though. Stay healthy, Aiden Hutchinson.
Money. Yes.
Nice.
Offensive player of the year. That'd be sick.
I was thinking it.
For real.
I was thinking of going, but I don't know. I think maybe the injury comes back to start the year a little slow. I'm gonna go Frank Ragnow.
Nice.
Pretty safe.
I
pick
like
there at
that
center.
actually.
Very safe. Big body.
All right. Those were, like I said, it was 2 to 3 for each team. What team would you like to go to next? Bears, Packers, or Vikings?
Bears.
Bears.
Bears. Okay. All right. Blank will be the reason the Bears make the playoffs this year. So it could be a person, a side of the ball, something happens with the NFC North, but what blank is the reason the Bears make the playoffs this year?
Jesus.
An upgraded offensive line. I'm going to start an upgraded offensive line. I think that they got a couple veterans coming over. So I think an upgraded offensive line is going to protect Caleb. He's not going to have to scramble as much. He'll be able to throw, have more protection. I think that offensive line improves maybe drastically. I don't know. We'll see. I think it definitely improves, though. I think that's going to be a big factor for Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was actually gonna say like Joe Thuney / like that offensive line in general. But since you said that, honestly, I'm gonna just say Ben Johnson. I think if you're gonna make the playoffs, I think a big part of that's just gonna be your play calling and just how he's coaching that team. So I'll say Ben Johnson.
You guys took both of my answers, but good thing I had a triple backup. I'm gonna go with the Bears secondary. The Bears secondary would be a reason that they make the playoffs. They were already really good last year. If they just take a step up, it's that could be a huge reason they could be a top 5 defense. It's not out of the realm of possibility, especially with all the guys they have back there. So I'm going to go with the Bears secondary.
Cool. All right. The next question we got.
Did you answer?
It's going to be Ben Johnson.
Okay.
So next question will be: do you think they bring in a running back? And if they do, who do you think they bring in? you could say no or yes and a player.
I don't think they do.
Don't
I
think they
think they
do?
stick. I think they stick with Swift, just for the fact they beefed up the line like we just said, and he's proven, especially behind a good line like the Eagles, he had a hell of a year. So are they on the same caliber as the Eagles' offensive line was? No, but they are better than they were last year, and it is a solid line now. So I think they're gonna let him get one more year of finally getting a good offensive line, run behind it, see how you do this year, and then maybe next year if he does bad.
Who's their RB2?
Roshan
Johnson.
Yeah.
Roshan. All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I think they
sorry.
just stick with it.
Yeah,
No,
as
you're
a
good. I think they stick with
DeAndre
him.
Swift fantasy owner, I sure hope not. So I hope that they just run the hell out of DeAndre Swift.
One name I'm hoping for as a fantasy owner is J.K. Dobbins. You know, to
Gotta
the
give-
Bears.
No, I really do think, and it's going to be after these OTAs to figure out if they do. But if they do, and I think they do, it's going to be Nick Chubb. I think they bring in a big body guy because they have Swift, who's left and right, and we need somebody that goes straight, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Plus
then,
receiving.
like I said, the same that as well. The last question for all of them: who will be an All-Pro? If you can stick away from Jalen Johnson, that'd be sick. But if you can't think of another Bears player, I understand.
This is tough, but I'm not going offense. I'm not going offense.
I'm gonna go T.J.
here.
Edwards.
Tyreek Stevenson.
That
That's
was
a good
my
one. I like
pick as well.
T.J. Edwards.
TJ Edwards he also got moved to the number one middle linebacker, so
Yep.
he's definitely in the realm to easily be an All Pro.
A little bit
Nice.
older, but I'll go Joe Tooney.
Love it. All right,
Good pick.
Vikings or Packers?
Vikings.
Oh
No.
all right.
Best for
Okay,
last.
never mind.
Okay, we'll go Vikings. All right. Who do you think will have more rushing yards, Aaron Jones or Jordan Mason?
Jordan Mason.
Alex, you start. Oh,
Jordan
wow.
Mason. Okay.
Yeah. Rushing yards, Jordan Mason.
I think Jordan Mason as well.
I don't know. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to go Aaron Jones. Jones.
I think I'm also leaning towards Aaron Jones.
Oh, Packer fans, got it.
All right.
Yeah, makes sense.
So what I was kind of getting at earlier, J.J. McCarthy will finish with blank yards and blank total touchdowns or passing touchdowns next year.
Do we want me to go
wow.
first
Wow.
every time here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say J.J.
Yeah, 'cause
McCarthy.
then we can both shit on you.
I'm gonna say J.J. McCarthy throws for 3,600 yards.
What?
He was going to say that regardless.
Yeah, 100%. And I wonder, I can't think of offhand how many touchdowns Sam Darnold threw last year.
30 something.
I was gonna say like 30 some.
I'm gonna go with like a 24 range for throwing touchdowns for JJ McCarthy.
Darnold threw
That's fair.
35 last year, 35 and 12.
27. 27 touchdowns.
27. All right. Yeah, I'm in that 34 to 35-ish range, and then I got him probably around 23, 24 touchdowns.
Oh, okay. I was so confused for a second.
I thought he was talking about
30
touchdowns.
Yeah,
too.
3,400 yards, 20 something. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were starting off with touchdowns like 34 and
nope.
then going to yards, and I was
Sorry,
like, oh,
3,400 yards.
I was
Okay.
confused as hell. I think he goes for 3,200 to 3,300 yards, 25 tutties, 12 to 13 interceptions.
Yeah, I like around 3,400 yards, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go like 21 touchdowns. I think there's gonna be a lot more rushing touchdowns.
Aaron Jones to the moon. You guys heard it first.
To the moon.
And then to finish it off, the Vikings. Who will be an All-Pro besides Justin Jefferson?
Harrison Smith.
Oh,
God, I hope. I'm going
CJ Ham.
CJ Ham.
For me, it's really between
That's tough.
Andrew Van Ginkel and Jonathan Grenard. But also, I kind of want to throw out like a Mekhi Blackman as like a dark horse. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Mekhi Blackman, dark horse.
W.
Like, Connor, you're the lineman. That's your pick.
The lineman?
Will Fries.
Damn.
My pick.
Yeah, shout out Will Fries.
My pick is going to be Christian Darrisaw. I fucking love that dude. I don't know why. He's going to come back healthy, and he's just so good. That's my pick for the Vikings.
Good.
I like that. Yeah, if I didn't pick CJ Ham for the best fullback, it would be Darrisaw as well.
I don't know if they do.
I don't know if they do that
fullback,
anymore.
but if they did, it's just going to be CJ Ham. All right, and then the Packers. Two-part question here. Blank will lead the team in receiving yards and receptions. Obviously, if it's the same person, you could say the same person, but you could easily give two options if you want. Receiving yards and receptions.
I'm going to start here. So I think it's going to be different. I think receiving yards is going to be Matthew Golden. I think he's going to either be like high 900s or just, around 1,000. Receptions, I'm going to go Jaden Reed.
Cool. Conrad?
I honestly, I have the same two people, but I kind of want to switch them. I think Jaden Reed's going to have more yards, but I think Golden is going to have more receptions.
Okay.
Nice.
Alex?
I'm going to go with the same thing as Mason. I think Golden gets the yards and what's his face gets the receptions.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow.
I think
The disrespect.
I don't know. He's a wide receiver too.
Okay, this fucking guy.
basically, I like the Golden for the yards because I think they're just gonna make him run, go routes, and that's
Speed.
it.
Yep.
But I like Dobbs if he's healthy the whole year with the receptions, just because
He's got those hands.
He was
he's a
also
safe-
part of my receptions.
He's just a safety blanket for Mr. Love, so I think that connection is good. And then my next question: will Jair Alexander be in a uniform week 1? Not on the team like Chris Jones last year. In a uniform week 1.
Yes. I think so.
I'm going to say yes as well.
I think he's going to buy into the hype. I think we're going to build up a good season. I think he knows we can be good. I think he will be in a uniform week 1.
I'm going to say yes as well.
Yeah, I at this point they have to. Otherwise, that might be the
Right.
worst secondary in football. I'm gonna.
The fact he's still there too. I think he hasn't officially left yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the fact that he's still technically on the team is kind of like, if he would have wanted to leave or they wanted to get rid of him, he would have been gone a while ago.
100%.
Finish it up. Who will be an All-Pro for the Packers? If you could stay away from Mr. Josh Jacobs, that would be great. But who will be an All-Pro for the Packers?
I'm going to start it off here and say Edrin Cooper. I think he's going to be
Dude,
my
you
favorite
actually
Packer this
sniped my
season.
pick.
Yeah.
I
think
didn't think anyone was
he
gonna say
showed flashes of being one of the best linebackers in football last year. He's nasty.
Yes.
I'll go for my backup. I'm gonna go Xavier McKinney.
Love it.
I'm gonna go with my guy Tucker Kraft.
Shout out Tucker Kraft.
Sir.
Shout out to him.
All right,
Only
and
Packer
mine
I'll
will
call
be-
my guy.
Mine will be Zach Tom. I think it's just linemen. There's a lot of good linemen in this division too, so I think Zach Tom is a beast.
The Zach Tom love, man. You got to love it. What a name. Got to love a guy with 2 first names.
All right,
Facts.
I think we're gonna skip on in the trade candidates. We'll move that over to next week.
Yep.
Well, I do want to do because we're doing a lot of NFC North stuff. Let's do really quick a fantasy or a flag football NFC North draft.
Yep.
Mason, I don't know if you know the format, but what they got going on there in the flag football is quarterback, running back, wide receiver, flex, wide receiver, and a center. So that center can be like a tight end, unless you really want to pick a center, go crazy. And then the defense, different players, obviously on the defensive side, rusher, cornerback, 2 cornerbacks and 2 safeties.
Okay, you got to go through. Can you just do it slower again?
Yeah,
Let me just make sure
I'm just gonna put it in the notes so you can see it.
Beautiful.
Way to not be prepared, man. What are you doing? As
So-
I'm looking up the wheel right now because I forgot to get it ready like an idiot. So,
all right.
I
Easy
just
one
did
for
it
me.
wrong, dude. I thought we were just kind of like doing it the way. Yeah, I didn't know we were doing it like that. So like centers, I gotta draft a center, man. Damn.
Yeah,
no,
feel
it's
free
more
to-
of a. It's,
No,
I
yeah.
mean, you can if
Tight
you
end.
want to, but I'd say it's more of a tight end. You're gonna want a guy who can be a little bit of a bigger body, but he can go get some reps.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, 100% drafting a tight end.
All right, first pick is going to be myself.
Rigged.
I don't know.
Next is going to be
All right.
looking like Brennan. Next is Brennan. Brennan's got the second pick.
Sweet.
That's
Third
not
overall
fair.
pick. Third overall pick is going to be Mason, and Alex's bitch ass is left.
Snake, baby.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. In a
Yeah, I actually
small
don't really
draft
want
like
the
this.
first pick.
Yeah, you
but
gotta
here
wait
we
a
are.
little while, bitch.
I'll trade.
Um,
I'll trade you. No.
101 for.
I'll trade you a future second round pick.
All right, Conrad. Who's number one?
All right,
NFC
I'm
North
starting-
players only.
NFC North players only. I'm going to start it off with the guy who was on my team last time, if you listened to the last episode. I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs at running back.
Sweet. Perfect. Justin Jefferson, welcome to the squad.
Damn, dude, sell. That's a sell.
So now I just don't know what to do now. I think I'm going to take Josh Jacobs.
Damn it. Okay.
Solid pick.
Oh, that kind of sucks. Because that was my pick for sure. I think.
Yeah. Sorry.
That-
I don't know what that. I don't know what that was.
all right.
I-
Who do we, anyways?
I think so. I got back-to-back picks here. I'm just gonna lock up the tight end center position. Obviously, first overall pick. Give me my boy Tucker Kraft.
Love.
I absolutely love that guy. Hate the team he plays for, but love that guy. And then at the 2, give me cornerback Jalen Johnson.
Grr, grr.
Oh man, dang it.
Dang it.
Oh
Alright.
wow, God. This is tough, but safety, I'm going with Xavier McKinney.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh,
I already know Brennan's going to take my guy, and I'm going to get pissed.
I don't know if I am, but I'm going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, you're a bitch.
That's fair.
Dang it.
Dang it.
All right, I'll go safety here. I'm going to go Kirby.
Grr.
And then I'm
No.
going to go...
Oh my guys.
and then I'm going to take Jordan Love.
Mm,
And take the
gross.
QB.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we just assuming all these guys are healthy?
Yeah,
All right,
I
cool.
think so.
Cool. I like that. I'll take Hutch then as my
Yep.
runner.
Ooh, that's such a good pick.
Yeah, that was
we
probably
go.
gonna be my my next rusher there. Damn, cornerbacks, 2 cornerbacks too.
You kind of sounded like a transformer right there.
Transition. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go edge rusher here. I'm gonna go Grenard. I'm gonna go Jonathan. Grenard.
Fuck you, Mason.
Sorry,
All right.
couldn't give him to Alex. He had 2 picks.
What do we?
It's your pick, Alex.
Is it? I thought it was. Oh shit.
No, it's your
Okay. Sick. All right. I'm gonna go wide receiver. I'm gonna go DJ Moore.
Big Bears guy.
And I guess, and then I think I don't like. I'm gonna go Jordan Addison too, second
Okay.
receiver.
Cool.
Fully playing, not suspended.
Fully playing not suspended from flag football.
I'm gonna take a quarterback. I'm going Caleb Williams.
Nice. That's why I wanted to take him. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Mine. He's mine. I love Caleb, not you.
Shoot. Okay.
Clip it.
then I'll just take.
Clip it.
Yeah. I'll take cornerback Jair Alexander.
God
Gross.
damn it!
Really gross.
All right,
This is humble Alexander.
I'm gonna take.
Humble, yeah.
I don't think that exists.
That's fair.
I'm gonna take wide receiver. I'm gonna take Jaden Reed because you need a guy who's agile. And then, honestly, I think I'm gonna take tight end, and I'm gonna go Sam Laporta.
Cool.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well,
I just realized I
Nice.
sold.
got a fucking.
I'm gonna.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's definitely
What
Brennan's pick.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, no, I'm going now.
Oh, okay. Honestly,
My turn.
You moved up.
are fine. I'm just gonna take whoever's remaining. But I'm gonna go. I'll go Cole Kmet as my center.
Okay, cool. I almost forgot
Dang.
about him. Yeah, I was gonna do tight end center too and go Colston Loveland, so you took that one. Thank God you took him. Thought it was my turn. I was like, oh wait, never mind.
Who you pick? Are you taking Loveland?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Cool. You kind of said that weird.
No Hawk love.
No Hawk love.
Nope.
Crazy.
No Haku on it.
All right. That's enough of that. Is it me?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus,
There we go.
Sorry, this is hard. This is honestly hard to keep track of. I'm going to go with Terry and Arnold as my second corner. Arnold. I'm just trying to keep track of everything here. And then give me Brian Branch, safety.
Damn it. Oh, I hate this so much.
You.
Ah, God. Okay. I gotta take a wide receiver at some point. Let's go Jamison Williams.
Yeah, I realized
Son of a bitch!
taking Jordan Addison instead of Jamison Williams was a sell by me. That's what I was talking
That's
about
all right.
earlier.
That's all right. It's okay.
Anyone take DJ Reed yet as a cornerback?
Nope.
No.
I
think so.
fucking hate everything.
That is
Like,
my-
I had 4 guys in line, and they just went in order.
DJ Reed. My second cornerback.
All right. Well,
All right.
I'm gonna
All
take.
right.
I'm gonna take Roma Dunze, unless somebody took him already.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna take Rome, and then who the fuck else do I take? I'm gonna take his old ass. I'm gonna take Montez Sweat.
Okay. Money. My running back will be wide receiver flex thing was going to be DeAndre Swift.
Good pick.
I kind of forgot about Swift, but that's all right. I'm gonna take my first cornerback. I'm just gonna go Keyshawn Nixon, man.
Ew.
Ew.
Dude.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
All right.
Save me.
I'm gonna go. So I have rusher, safety, and halfback left. Last safety, give me Harrison Smith. I'm gonna take.
Shout out
Hit
to
Man.
him. Can I
and
trade
then-
you? I want Harrison Smith on my team.
I also need a quarterback too, but I'm not gonna do that yet. So I'm gonna take my rusher and give me Andrew Van Ginkel, #1 rated chaos creation player last year. So need a little bit of that in
Nice.
flag football.
Did anyone take Byron Murphy?
Nope.
No, sir.
All right, that'll be a cornerback number 2.
Way better pick.
Come on, Keyshawn was like showing signs of being okay.
Okay, I'm gonna take this guy. I'm gonna take my safety, and Josh Mutelis is gonna be my safety.
Josh Metellus. I like it. Hybrid linebacker.
Kat, can you shut up? I'm sorry, please. Not right
He's
now.
just everywhere, dude. He's a beast.
He is.
I'll take my
Take me
first
first.
corner
Oh,
in
man.
Nate Hobbs.
Her first one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was between Hobbs and Nixon. I was like, I'll just go Nixon. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't either, but I think anybody's gonna be better than Keyshawn Nixon, so I think I got you there. Dude, who the fuck else?
Mekhi Blackman, man.
Yeah.
Tore his
ACL.
ACL. Tore his ACL in the preseason last year, but was supposed to be a beast.
All right. And then I'm going to take shout out Alex. I'm taking Theo Jackson for safety.
Wow, just got a bag. I like it.
Nice. My last safety will be Jaquan Brisker, Penn State
I thought
beast.
about it.
Nice.
He's got to win. No, his head is marshmallow.
My last safety will be Evan Williams, Packers.
That is also a good pick.
All right, so
All right,
everybody
Alex,
has
who you taking?
everybody has like after this one more pick, right? Because I think I
Yes,
have
sir.
two.
Yeah,
I
you go
filled
back
out
to
my
back
list
here.
before like an idiot, so I don't know how many I actually need. So I'm going quarterback JJ McCarthy, obviously, easy. But now I have a halfback situation to deal with, and we don't really have the best options available. I'm between, honestly, either Aaron Jones or Jordan Mason. Yeah, to be a homer, but give me Jordan Mason. Youth wins out in this one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Nice. Did someone take Matthew Golden?
No.
Please
Absolutely
take
not.
Did anyone take Dontavian Wicks?
Nope.
Negative.
Who you
No,
picking?
I'm going to go with Matthew Golden as my wide receiver, too.
Cool. And then my last pick was Jared Goff, quarterback.
Did someone took Tyreek Stevenson, right?
Yeah, I did. Instead of Keyshawn Nixon. Yeah.
Someone take Kyler Gordon.
No, sir.
Is he he's a corner, right?
Yeah, you can put him there.
I'm putting him at corner. Kyler Gordon is my last pick for corner.
Beautiful.
I like it.
Sweet. My team sucks. Fuck.
I don't know, man. I kind of like it. Let's go
offense.
through them.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Offense
team's
first.
kind of heat.
Yeah.
All right. I'll start us off here. First pick. So my quarterback, I got Jordan Love. Running back, Jahmyr Gibbs. Wide receivers, I have Jaden Reed and Roma Dunze. And my center/tight end is Sam Laporta. I like my offense. And then defense, my rusher is Montez Sweat. My D-backs are Nate Hobbs and Kyler Gordon. And my safeties are Theo Jackson and Kirby Joseph.
Nice.
I'll just go the Bears team. My quarterback is Jared Goff. Running back, wide receiver flex is Swift. My wide receivers are Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Money. And then my center is Cole Kmet. Then over to my defense, I got the rusher Hutchinson. My cornerbacks are Alexander and DJ Reed. And then my safeties are Josh Mutelis and Jaquan Brisker.
Yeah, having Jettas and Amon-Ra might be kind of nasty.
Yeah, letting Amon-Ra come all the way back to him was a fumble.
That was just dumb on our part. Whatever. Yeah, at pick 3, I got Caleb Williams, Josh Jacobs. I got J-Mo and Golden at my receivers. Colston Loveland's my tight end. My rushers, Jonathan Grenard. Cornerbacks, Tyreek Stevenson, Byron Murphy. And my safeties are X and Evan Williams.
Nice. All right, with the last pick and then first pick of the second round, I got quarterback J.J. McCarthy, halfback Jordan Mason, wide receivers DJ Moore and Jordan Addison, tight end center Tucker Kraft. My rusher is going to be Andrew Van Ginkel. My corners are Jalen Johnson, Terry and Arnold, and my safeties are Harrison Smith and Brian Branch.
A lot of good players.
The best team.
A lot of good players in the NFC North, people. We are the best division, and it's not even close.
It's not close.
It's not.
So argue with the wall. Argue with the wall if you think your division is better, because you should be
You're
arguing
wrong.
with the wall. You're dumb. You're just dumb. But I think that's it for. I think that's it for the NFL. Moving into the NBA, gentlemen, we've reached the NBA Finals, and it's the Indiana Pacers.
Boom.
Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, it's a crazy finals, which we'll get to in a little bit. But we'll start off with the series that ended first. The Oklahoma City Thunder defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I don't know who wants to start. Maybe we'll just start with. I don't know who wants to start here. What did the Timberwolves do? Who knows the most ball? Who wants to say their mind first?
I mean,
Uh,
I can go.
go yeah, just go ahead.
Connor, you start. There you go.
I don't know. This is twice now. The Timberwolves make it really far and then lose, don't make it to the finals. It's I feel like one, it was kind of expected. Everybody expected OKC to win. I don't really think realistically people thought that the Timberwolves were going to win. I think the odds-on favorite pretty much the whole time was OKC. So I think they put up a decent fight, a little gentleman sweep. But the OKC is just so dominant, dude. They're impossible to game plan against. You never know who's going to go off. Plus, Shea gets every fucking whistle ever. So I don't know. This might be a hot take, but it's becoming to a point where I don't even want to watch basketball, dude. Like the foul baiting between SGA, Brunson, it's getting to be too much. It is making it really hard to watch. All the neck snaps, it's just part of these guys' games now.
That
And
neck snap pisses me off.
it's atrocious to watch. So I don't know. That was my thoughts on the series.
Yeah, just talking about the Timberwolves. Julius Randle was really good up until like game 2 of this playoffs. I just don't understand what happened. Obviously, this is the best competition he's probably faced, and J-Dub haven't had him in prison, damn near.
Yep.
It was like 24-6, 3, 6, 24. I mean, he was just all over the place with his points. Anthony Edwards was just shadowed by Dort the whole time, so he was just trying to get something going. And then Mike Conley, love the man. I give him his flowers for his career, but brother, I think it's time. I think it's time that you sadly hang it up or move to the bench, because you're literally not giving anything on the offensive or defensive side. You're just basically taking up a spot on the floor. Jaden McDaniels was decent for this playoffs. The last game of this series, he went 2 for 13 with 5 points. Disgusting. And then obviously the bench, Naz Reid, Shannon, shout out him, they're actually playing, and then Alexander did nothing. So yeah, this was just a bad game for the Thunder. And then just going into the OKC Thunder real quick, they're really good. They're just a really good basketball team, man. They're so well rounded. I think they're the best team, obviously, in the finals, or better.
Yeah.
Team.
The Wolves. It just wasn't in the Wolves' card to win this year. OKC was, they were a unit last year, and they got taken out, and they came back this year just even better. So, they made it far, but they had to go up against the juggernauts of OKC, and it was too much for them. Like Alex said, every player on that team could go off, so it was like, what random night is this person going to go off? When's this person going to go off? And on top of them just being able to absolutely score the basketball whenever they want and whoever they want, their defense is unbelievable every single night. So even if nobody's going off, your team's not going to be able to get anything rolling just because they're absolutely locking their best player down over and over and over again. So unfortunate for the Wolves, but OKC is just an unbelievable team, and we'll see what they do in the finals.
Is it
Bro,
crazy?
it's nuts.
Quick question: do you think there's a world where they trade either like McDaniels, Randall, or Gobert this offseason?
Gobert, yes.
I think Gobert and Randall are on the table, to be honest. I think Randall more than Gobert, but I think they're both. I think those are both options for sure. I don't think McDaniel. I don't think they get rid of McDaniels.
No, Jaden McDaniels, I think, is a solidified Timberwolf for a long time.
It's fair.
100% agree. And he's younger than Gobert and Randall, I believe. So I think
I'm pretty sure he's only like 25, but I could be dead wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to look that one up. But
Jaden McDaniels is 24.
yeah, so you keep him. You don't trade him. You look to get rid of Randall because, he's going to cost a decent amount of money. Same with Gobert, even though he's getting up there. So yeah. What was that? Thumbs up.
Yep, agreed.
Alex's computer's dying, so let's move over to the ECF here quick.
I'm at
7%. No,
7%.
I didn't even. Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. All right, yeah. Knicks just lost Game 6. Pacers take it.
I hate
They
the
were
fucking
basically in control that whole game.
The whole
Halliburton
series,
wins Eastern Conference final. Nope, never mind.
oh,
Just joking.
wait a
He didn't
second.
win.
Wait
He
a
doesn't.
second.
No, he doesn't. Turn your ass back around and take those pictures, you loser.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
As much as we hate
Pacers,
him here,
man.
he had a better series than Siakam, I think,
He did.
personally.
He did.
But
21, 6, and
it's
10 compared to
it's
25, 5, and
so
3.
funny. Literally like a fucking Tatum all over again, the second best player in the
It's
series.
so funny.
Got the ECF, but again, ECF, WCF, these trophies mean nothing. But hopefully, if the Pacers somehow win, he gets that. That would be really funny if he didn't get that as well.
That'd be hilarious.
The Knicks, they just have no bench, dude. Their starting five is unbelievable, but that's what happens when you trade 5 first-round picks for one player. That one player doesn't score over 20 ever. So I don't really understand what the point of bringing him in, because I get he's a great role player and he was doing really good stuff on the Nets, but you bring him in for 5 first-round picks and that's like a Giannis trade, dude. You don't do that for
Yeah.
Bridges. I don't care how good he was on the Nets. But yeah, I don't know where they go from here because they have no draft capital anymore. So I don't really know what they're gonna do.
Trade one of those guys like OG or McCall or Josh Hart, and you get a bunch of just like solid bench players.
It's gonna
Because,
be
like you said,
pretty hard to trade Hart. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Hart would be really hard to trade out of there. Not gonna lie.
But he'd definitely be the first one, I'd say.
Oh yeah,
dude, he was like nothing those last 2 games, or like 2 out of 3 games. He was like just ass.
I mean,
just
Non-factor.
ass.
You got it's great for the defense, but if you give nothing on the offensive side, it's hard for you to play all these minutes because you're just playing 4v5 on the offensive side. It's hard, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Knicks
So-
shot like shit yesterday too. I don't think. I think Jalen Brunson chucked up 5 or 6 shots before the first one fell. Cat looked drunk yesterday watching the game. I mean, every time he drove or did anything, he was flailing his arms in the air, losing the ball, missing layups. Like, he was
What are we
nowhere to be
doing?
seen yesterday.
He
But
was
as much
so
as
up
I
and down
hate to
too,
say
dude.
it, yeah, as much as I hate to say it, the Pacers looked very good yesterday. I mean, they have their stars, in Tyrese and Pascal Siakam. I wouldn't really say Turner's a star, but I mean, he's a very good player on that team. But you go to the bench on that team, those role players that they have that come off the bench, they were electric. They do everything for that team. Tyrese Halliburton would be nowhere near as good as he is without that supporting cast around him. So they have built the perfect team. And honestly, as much as I hate to say it, I think this could be a decent finals just because of the fact you have a juggernaut in OKC, a bunch of young guys, and you have the Pacers who are also a decent amount of young guys, and they play at 150% speed. So it could be decent.
Agreed. And we could go into predictions soon if unless anyone else has something to say about Knicks Pacers.
No.
Nope.
Yeah. I'll start. I'll just quickly start. I'm praying and hoping and really think it will be Thunder in 6. I think it's going to be in 6. I think they win that last game in Indiana somehow. Don't know how they're going to do it because Indiana gets rowdy, but I think they take it in 6. Shea gets Finals MVP, probably averages 30 points in the series like he did last series. So Thunder in 6.
yeah. I'm going. I gotta go Thunder here,
Oh my
obviously.
god, I thought you were about to say
No,
Pacers.
I was about to. I was gonna
Yeah,
do.
wow.
I was gonna do like the whole like Pacers, chasers, coffee makers. Okay,
That's fair.
so yeah, I'm going OKC in 5. I don't think that this. I get that that OKC can, or that the Pacers unironically play with a lot of pace, but this Thunder team, the defense is too much, and you just. They like we said about the Wolves series. Anybody can pop off on any given day. It's anything. So I got OKC in 5. Maybe
Yeah.
not Caruso, but
Yeah, I got OKC in 5, maybe 6 if the Pacers have one of their explosive games that they've been having. But again, like we've said, the OKC Thunder defense is insane. I don't think Hallie is really played against Dorter Chamber, or Alex Caruso. So
Wallace.
you're really and him as well. So you're really gonna have to rely on the ECF, MVP to go off, and he's gonna be guarded by Jalen Williams and Hart and all these guys coming off the bench. Maybe Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, will come off the bench as well.
Right.
The Pacers like to go big, but I'm always wrong with these things, but I just don't see a world where the Pacers win this series. I just think the Thunder are a better team. If both teams are struggling on offense, the OKC defense is 10 times better than Indiana. So I got OKC in 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, I also have OKC in 5, and quite frankly, I think that one game that the Pacers take is going to be one of the super shitty OKC nights where they shoot like shit. They can't get anything rolling, and they'll scrape out a win by a few points. But I think that's the only way the Pacers even take a game. But I do think it'll happen once, and I think Alex's computer just died, so that's unfortunate.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be OKC in 5.
Gotta hope and pray. They're just too good top down, and they're gonna be good for at least the next 10 years, man. This is gonna be a dynasty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can kind of go a little bit longer if you want now, because I was hoping that we could do the whole thing with him here. But yeah, I just hope because my thing was if they lost the Thunder, they were gonna blow it up. But now they're in the finals. I think that just kind of secured Jalen and J-Dub and Chet being there for a very, very long time.
Right.
This team is just so deep, man. It's insane, and their defense,
Gross.
like I said, is disgusting. I think, and on the Pacer side, there's nobody that can guard SGA, in my opinion. You're gonna put Nemhard, who's like 2 inches shorter than him. I get it.
Right.
He was good with Dame, but Dame's 6'3" and doesn't rely on his size,
And
SGA
older and can't drive. Yeah.
And SGA is the MVP, and he's gonna average 30 plus in this series. I
Just
think.
seeing him post up and then TJ McConnell's just, oh God.
Fuck TJ
Sorry,
McConnell.
TJ, you're too small, buddy. Too
No.
small.
I just think the OKC Thunder is just 10 times better. But
Yeah,
hopefully
I
this
agree.
bite me in the butt, because I'm way too confident. So
Right, and then all of a sudden, like, Ben Shepherd comes out and averages like 12 points in the series. It's like, what the fuck? Like, Ben Shepherd? No.
But yeah, I know I already said it, but I'm really relying on Dort, Casey Wallace, and Caruso to just shut down any offense that the Pacers bring. And they like to run too, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this first game goes.
Yeah. Dude, they absolutely locked down Ant around that perimeter. Like, just watch. He was just hucking up threes and just missing left and right just because they can't drive anywhere. He tries to go left, there's Caruso. Tries to go right, there's Case and Wallace. He's just getting fronted by Shea or Dub, and it doesn't matter. It's
Really?
impossible.
The Pacers just gotta stay in the series. I think they just gotta shoot like lights out, because Thunder like to swarm the paint when somebody gets in there, and Hallie will make that pass. You just gotta rely on those shooters, which they've been doing all postseason to make those shots. I think, and if they don't, it's gonna be gross.
They're going to be cooked, 100%. Go Thunder.
Yeah,
Go
go
Thunder.
Thunder. So yeah, guys, I think that was good. I'm good.
Do
if
we
you guys
want
are
to do
good.
my game, or do you want to save it?
Oh sure, yeah. Let's do it. We got time.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to the Pick a Side guys. Saw this game from them. Looked fun. We're going to do a King of the Hill point guard edition for the NBA. I'm going to give you 2 players. You got to tell me who's better. That player will move on. He'll match up against somebody else, and we'll go to the end. I got 10 names for you.
Money.
Might be 11 names, but 10 total matches, I guess. Whatever.
Sure.
Yep.
Starting up first, we're going old head Chris Paul versus Kobe White.
Like, current?
Yeah, I mean, you can go current. Like, who would you take in this situation? Who's better?
Okay, so
Kobe White.
I'm not taking 40-year-old. If we're talking about all time, I'm taking Chris Paul easily.
Then
but if
we're not doing all time. We're going right now. Who
Sure.
you taking?
Perfect. All right. Yeah, Kobe White.
Kobe
Okay.
White for sure.
Kobe White, Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray.
Jamal
Sorry.
Murray.
Next.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair.
I'm not listening to
100%.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Jamal Murray or De'Aaron Fox?
Fox is weirdly clutch, but I'm going to go Jamal Murray. I think he's just, I don't know.
Playoff riser, dude. I
Right.
know. I mean, Fox's teams have never been that good to be in the playoffs, anyways.
No.
But I've seen it from Jamal, and he's one of my favorite players. So I might maybe biased, but playoff riser, I'm going Jamal as well.
I'm taking Jamal.
All right. Well, let's see what Brendan's got to say. Jamal Murray or Derek White?
This is just like this
That's torture
is
right
too.
there.
That is.
Mason, who do you think? Because I have a name in my head.
I'm going Derek White. I think he's fucking crazy, dude.
I
Both sides of the ball. I think his defense just kind of did it for me too. I think that he's just a great 3-and-D guy.
I think obviously Jamal is probably a better offensive player by a little
Clearly.
bit, but I think Derek White all around and the defense, he's one of the best shot blocking guards in the league. So I think his defense
Yeah.
is way better than Jamal's. So I'm gonna go Derek White as much as that hates me, but I love Derek White too, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Derek
Agreed.
White moves on. Next name up. You got Derek White or you got LaMelo Ball?
Derek White.
Derek White. Easy.
Okay. Derek White or Tyrese Maxey?
I'm going Derek White.
I'm
He's
going
just
Derek White. Yeah.
all around good player, dude.
Yes,
I
dude.
get- I
He
get-
impacts winning. He impacts
He
winning.
really does, because that's the same thing. Some people might say LaMelo, might say Tyrese because they average more points. Where were the Sixers and the Hornets in the?
Right.
They were a lottery team. Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got it. Makes sense. So
Exactly.
I'm going Derek White.
All right. You got Derek White or Kyrie Irving?
I gotta go Kyrie. Barely. I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna do like next season, but
If we're doing
it's
healthy,
getting
I'll take Kyrie, but it's not by much.
no, it's getting to be where Kyrie's kind of on the decline now. I don't know.
Can I convince
don't
you
know.
Derek White? Because I think it could be pretty easy because his defense is way better. And
Right.
Same thing with
Right.
Maxey. Because I think I'd take Maxey. That's close too. I like Derek White, dude. Kyrie Irving
I
is
do
very,
too.
very good. He's just old. Or again,
Derek White could average like 25 points on a shit team if he had that kind of role.
he might actually do that next year when they're.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Celtics
he
are-
might do that next year because the
He might
Celtics
have
are
to
gonna have
step
like
up.
nobody.
I'm gonna say Derek White. So if you want to switch over or kind of convince me on
Against-
Kyrie, for Kyrie,
No, I'll say Derek White too. I was kind of more thinking like old Kyrie, but like now it's like he's what, like 34, 5, damn near.
going into
So
35 maybe.
right, it's just kind of I'll take Derek White. Give
Derek
me
White's
him.
going on a run. Can he get stopped here? You got Derek White or you got Cade Cunningham?
Kate.
I'm gonna go Cade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I figured that's where the run was coming to an end. But
Yeah.
all right. Now you got Cade Cunningham or Tyrese Halliburton.
Ah, man, God. I mean, Tyrese has been great. I
Dude,
think there's been some Mickey Mouse bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. Some black
it's one of these
magic.
things. What do you like? Do you like scoring guard or do you like a playmaking guard? I think I'm gonna still go Cade. Maybe it's a bias of hating Halliburton, but Cade is just younger and he's already showing flashes of being a superstar. Where Hallie, I don't know if he's a superstar in that elite category yet, but he's very good. I'm gonna say that Cade is a superstar, so I'm going Cade.
I agree. I'm going Cade here too. And you asked, do you want a playmaker or a scorer? I want both, and that's Cade Cunningham.
That's fair. Fair. He did average like 10 assists or whatever it was.
Close, yeah, yeah. So
All right, and
I'll
your-
go Cade.
Your final name up. You got Cade Cunningham or Jalen Brunson.
Wow.
So now this is a better example of: do you want to score or do you want to all around?
You're right, and I'm gonna personally go Cade, just
Okay.
for the height aspect. I think he's probably just a better defender. I think he's less of a liability. I think Cade Cunningham is overall better than Jalen Brunson.
All right, I'll finish it because it's the last one. I'm going to go Brunson to be different, and I think it's
Nice.
just 'cause he carries a pretty mediocre team. I know the Pistons are pretty ass too, but Jalen Brunson has a lot more on his plate, I believe, in my opinion, than Cade does.
In New York too. In New York, and
I'm going to finish with
Finishing it-
Jalen Brunson.
Finishing it
Clutch
with
player
a
of the
tie,
year.
1-1. I'm gonna be honest. If I had to pick between these two, I'm going Cade Cunningham. I love his game and everything
sexy
he does.
pick, I get it.
He's great. What'd you say?
I said he's a sexy pick, dude. It's Cade Cunningham is the future, I think. So I think that's
100%. He can score the rock with ease, but he's also a damn good playmaker. He can handle well. He can get the rebounds if he really wants to, and he has to make some impact. So he's all around. So Cade Cunningham takes the cake. He is the king of the hill.
I'm not mad with that, but Derek White, shout out him for going on that run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what a
that was
good run. Good run.
Shout out
Derek
White,
White
boys.
respect, man. Yeah,
All right.
he deserves the respect.
Cool. All right, boys. This was episode 6, 7 of the
6, 7.
Bear podcast. So you guys have a good rest of your weekend and good rest of your week. Skull for Alex, but go Bears, baby.
Yeah,
Peace.
go Packers.